Hello.
It says live on Facebook.
Live.
There we are. Hi, everyone.
Hey.
Everybody.
Hi.
We're so happy to be here.
Yay.
What day is it? I have no idea.
Here.
It's March 304.
March 300. Thanks. We're the Snarky Sisters. I'm Diana.
Snarky one.
I'm the snarky one.
I'm Lisa.
Definitely.
The other snarky one.
Here's our theme song for today, August 2nd. It's the Sunday Songwriter Spotlight with the Snarky Sisters. We're live at noon. Make that 12:32. Right here on our Facebook page. With our friends, we will commune. Fancy.
Okay.
Featuring Janine Wilson and some of her fabulous tunes. Right over there, Janine. Woo!
We're here in our pajamas.
Pajamas.
Diana's playing her guitar.
Tada!
We're drinking up mojitos. Oh,
Where's mine?
Cheers.
cheers. Where's yours, guys? Mm.
Made you some.
It's a little early.
Oh,
This is vodka.
Excellent.
with spaghetti carbonara.
Okay.
With the lovely Cayla Brooke. And our friend Art Alcantara.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
We had to go a long way to rhyme with Alcantara.
I told
I
you
was
we
wa-
should have it.
I like that.
That went past me. I was like, why are they saying everything with that weird ending?
You were?
Diana came up with the spaghetti carbonara. And she complained
That's a good one.
that Lisa it needs
I
some
complain.
green sauce in it.
It's
That's
supposed to be
amazing.
white.
That's
but
amazing.
She used cat tongues to decorate it.
Tongues. Oh.
Is that stuck in the bowl?
It stuck to the wall and she pulled it off and put it in the bowl.
That's amazing. That's the furthest anyone's ever gone to accommodate my name. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Now, Brooke was pretty easy to rhyme with, and I was like, oh, that's too easy.
That's too easy. We can't do that. No, no.
That's because Lisa is a schnook.
I schnook.
When was the last time you heard that word?
I
Schnook.
have to ask Rachel Kaufman and look at my Yiddish dictionary. What is a schnook? Is it a schlemiel? Is it a schmatzel? No,
And there's sma, too.
Incorporated?
right? We're gonna do it. So, who do we have today for our spotlight, Diana?
It is Janine Wilson.
You're my boudoir. I picked out boudoir.
It's Purdy.
Thank you. Kayla, help
That's
me.
what you're doing during COVID, right? You're doing one-on-one, you're doing portraiture, boudoir portraiture in your room. I think there's an idea there. No?
You know what, Diana, just came to my mind were the Elvis panties that you guys were throwing out at Night of 100 Elvises, which I did catch a pair, and which I'm wearing right now. So I'm on Elvis.
Ooh.
Wow. But you're not wearing them on your head, which is where they're supposed to be. I'm just
Why have
saying.
to be close to me.
Janine, one year, Diana bought, when she bought the underwear, I think you sent Mike Woods out to get them, and he came back with grandma underwear. It was all
It was like extra, extra large. They were like this big, and no one wants that.
like Fruit of the Loom, you know. It was hilarious. But anyway, without further ado, let us present our next guest, Janine Wilson. Janine, we're so happy to have you here.
Thanks for having me. Can you guys see who's watching?
Oh, I can. Let me.
Well, you don't have to look. I just wondered because I've asked people from far and wide to join us. You know, family in Ohio and folks in Germany and France and
Ooh.
wherever. So
I'll start looking while you're singing, and I'll let you know.
all
Hey,
right.
Lisa, share it with me, the link, okay? Because I can't find it to put on my
Okay.
thing.
Got it.
All right. So this first tune I'm going to sing is from my second album, Save Me From Myself, and there was an inspiration for it, of course, a person who shall remain nameless, but it's just kind of like, fellas, don't get ahead of yourself. I might be nice to you, but that, doesn't mean I was trying to think of something witty. That doesn't mean you're winning, for lack of a funnier phrase, because that tanked. Okay. Think that I want more than this, but your kiss isn't that good. You might think that I'm making a wish, but I wouldn't if I could. There you go, thinking, what's in my head, in my heart. Baby, put an end to that. Don't even start. Don't even start. I must have spent 1,000 kisses on you. Baby, this ain't. You never get to see what's underneath until you chip away the paint. There you go, thinking, what's in my head, in my heart. Baby, put an end to that. Don't even start. Don't even start. I won't lose myself to you, but it's the kind of thing that I would do. I know, whoops, Arch, why aren't you playing with me? I know I can give my heart too soon, but I'm not looking for a honeymoon. Even start. Da, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Da, 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 yeah, yeah. Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
Fits in here. Woo.
So tell us about that album that song is from.
It's called Save Me From Myself. And it's
2005, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember because I wrote an album just after you. Yeah.
And it's so weird having Arch right there on the screen and not being able to play or sing with me. I know you're so far away.
Well, the next pandemic, they'll have that solved, so we will be able to play together. So it's something to look forward to.
Woohoo! Yeah.
So I hope I'm not around for that mess. Okay, so this next one's from the later album, Waking Up, and Max Evans and I wrote the first song and this song, and I came up with this, or I was inspired by this by a drummer I met in Austin who was just delicious, to say the least. But you know, he was married, so oh well.
Oh, well.
So here you go.
What's the name of the song, Janine?
It's called "Kiss You at Hello."
All right, nice.
I need a fan up in here. Okay. Ready, Art? My soul is for the ground, listen for a certain kind of sound. Don't know quite where to land, and even for the palm of your hand. Met on a sun-promised day, there in your eyes got in my way. My heart's not in belief, when you revealed to me it's deep. You open up your hand and open up the moon. I see a different world, that suddenly in bloom. I wanted to kiss you and hello. I wanted to kiss you and hello. Lay your head on my pillow. Wanted to kiss you and hello. One long tall drink of happiness. How could I want anything less? The sun is set for the day, but I know it's coming back to stay. So the world down to a crawl, settling for the long haul. Don't know quite where to land, and even for the palm of your hand. Way my name sounds different coming from your mouth. I guess I never really had a job. I wanted to kiss you and hello. I wanted to kiss you and hello. Lay your head on my pillow. Wanted to kiss you and hello. I wanted to kiss you and hello. I wanted to kiss you and hello. Lay your head on my pillow. Wanted to kiss you and hello.
Woohoo! Nice job.
Oh my word. They love you. It's when it's
So, Janine, what's it been like for you? I know you have your band. You do play other, like I know you do some acoustic stuff, and you're a songwriter as well. But what's it been like? You know, not being with your band and being able to perform in these fun venues, and how you coping?
I'm coping all right. It's a huge drag, of course, and as you guys, all of you here, and know, and we had some pretty fun gigs that we were supposed to do in July, like and I'm hoping we'll get to do them next year. But we were supposed to play the VIP lounge at Jiffy Lube before the Black Crows, and you know
Oh
that
no.
was canceled. And then we were supposed to play the Jazz in the Garden thing this past Friday.
Mm.
So, like I said, hopefully we'll get to do them next year. But it's been a drag not being able to, perform and be with my buddies. But I'm taking this time to reevaluate and write and work on other things, and you know, we've got to make lemonade out of lemons, don't we? So.
Oh, that reminds me, mojitos. Make them out of limes, right? Cheers, everybody. And cheers to Robbie White, Jean Bayou, Bob Gordon. I think there's other folks out there, but they have to comment for me to see who they are. Some are watching, but not commenting. So cheers, everybody out there.
Yeah.
Lisa Rich is watching too, and Ed O'Connell is watching.
Oh, cool.
Lisa
Hey,
Rich,
everybody.
Hey, Ed.
yeah. Lisa Rich is one of my former voice teachers, and she's a great jazz artist, and she just released an album. I think it was back in November or December.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. So, Janine, what would you like to sing for us next?
This is one of my favorite rocking tunes. This one was written by Shelby Lynn, and it's
Oh,
called
good.
God. So appropriate for right now.
Okay.
Okay. And Arch would be playing a cool slide right here. Waste away to nothing in a dark, dusty tomb, looking for the traces of what used to be a room. Wipe away the blood from a tormented brow, solve the bigger problem and never asking how. Rock the sinking vessel till it rests on the bottom. Count the waves of water, don't remember, forgotten. Taste the stench of living on thin dimes and a dream, opening an ear to a painful silent scream. Oh, life is fair. Wonder worst I ever had. Aching rather than agony, like a vice on ancient bones, tar and acid drip from an ice cream cone, holding on to the wind that chases the hell, falling in the darkness of a never descending well. Caress transparent night as a demon with a sword, speak with an eloquence, never saying a word. Look into the clarity, then erase it with a muck. Line of pool of consciousness, no such thing as love. Oh, life is fair. Wonder worst I ever had. Oh, life is fair. Wonder worst I ever had. Here's your solo, Arch. To be another beginner, to invent the end, living with a strangler and never a friend. Start a slavic beast, trouble is bound, and ride the devil's bronco and never hit the ground. Oh, life is fair. Wonder worst I ever had now. Oh, life is bad. Wonder worst I ever had now. Life is bad. Life is bad, y'all. Woo.
Woo! Yeah, it's a timely song.
You know, when you told me that Ed O'Connell was watching, I don't know if he still is, but I remember going to a saw day or something, and I think it was a guitar class or something, and I had my guitar when I was like hardly playing at all, and I was trying to tune it, and he's like, I'm like, what is going on? Why is this not changing? And he's like, you're playing the wrong string. Oh, bummer.
Ed is such a stickler.
Exactly. Picky, picky, picky.
Hey, we got someone from Berlin on here. Michael Deisenberger.
Diesenberger.
Diesenberger.
Just in time. So this last song that I'm going to do, I'm dedicating to him.
Okay.
I need to play one that I can't play yet on guitar. So I'm like, what's your second choice? So, hey, Michael, I miss you. I'm sure you're having a nice beer or wine or something. And clink, clink. I miss you. Okay.
So what's the song called?
Waking Up in Texas.
All right.
I feel like I have. But so hot. Okay. Thanks for having me on, you guys. Okay. Fire slowly burns away, and a taste of you. Red velvet below, it all changes to blue. If this bird could fly backwards, then I could change what I say. Wouldn't matter if I did. Waking up in Texas without you, waking up in Texas without you, waking up in Texas without you, waking up alone. Touchdown jolts me out of sleep. Remembering makes my heart sing. Gray sky feels like an embrace. There's too much breathing space. If this bird could fly backwards, then I could change what I said. Wouldn't matter if I did. Waking up in Texas without you, waking up in Texas without you, waking up in Texas without you, waking up alone. Higher and higher, my life's getting smaller and smaller. The clouds rolling and I can't see 2 beats of my heart in front of me. Can I wash you all away? Would I do the same today? It's so easy to see mistakes once you've left and then you're awake. Maybe if it rains harder, it'll cover all of my tracks. Would it matter if it did? Waking up in Texas without you, waking up in Texas without you, waking up in Texas without you, waking up alone. Waking up in Texas without you, waking up in Texas without you, waking up in Texas without you, waking up alone. I'm alone. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ooh. Thank you. Hi, Michael.
Nice job. That was great.
Did I hear like
That's what it would have sounded like at Jiffy Lube, Janine, just so you know. And Arch was playing along on all of your songs. He sounded great.
Yeah, it's so great to just be able to play and not have anybody hear the mistakes.
Yeah, they had to hear mine instead.
Aw.
Oh, no, girl. So Robbie White was saying, Diana, what is that noise?
What?
That's what he said. Yeah, that.
The crowd noise.
Coffee grinder.
It's a coffee grinder.
All right, well.
That's the crowd noise. They're having a little trouble breathing these days. That's all.
Robbie White has a show called Forbidden Alliance that's on WOWD, which is an internet radio station and a regular radio station if you happen to be in Tacoma Park. And he goes from 9 until noon every Sunday.
Yep.
And Janine, you've been on the show. We've been on the show. He's a real promoter of original DC music. So thanks, Robbie. Here's a shout out to Robbie.
Hey, Robbie.
And Janine, your songs are so great because they really, all of us have felt those feelings and feel those feelings. And that they're perfect. You know, that was a perfect song. The one before it was perfect. Really nice songwriting.
I did not.
So the song "Save Me" from myself. When you wrote that, was that an original that you wrote yourself, or did you collaborate?
I wrote the lyrics mainly myself. I mean, pretty much everything that I've written, except for a handful of other things, I wrote with Max Evans, and I've known him a long time, and he's a great songwriter. But I come up with ideas or write lyrics, and I would say, you know, I'm the majority of the lyrics, and he's pretty much all the music. Although I'd say, let's make it sound like this or whatever. I like what you're playing, you know, kind of thing. A lick that he might have just been.
Your songs have a very, like, the reason why I asked is because they all have kind of like, you really get to a hook in almost all of your songs. There's always something you come away with. There's that lyric that is, you know, recurrent, or that melody line that's recurrent. So it, you know, it has really, I mean, even when you do the more country-ish sort of stuff, there's sort of this pop edge to everything. And I like that. And your songs are very singable and memorable.
A lot of like Lucinda. There's a lot of Lucinda in there too, I bet.
There is.
Lucinda Williams.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. That's a big compliment. I mean, Max is a total Beatles fan, so I think that's where the pop aspect comes in. And you know, he knows a lot more about catchy melodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely.
So what's the future for Janine? What you got? What you planning? I know post-COVID, of course, but.
Well, I had a song that I wrote with Kevin Dudley a couple years ago, and actually we recorded it. I played bass on it, and I'm going to release that soon. Just the one song, but you know, I've just been writing some songs and trying to get better at guitar and I'm learning the ukulele.
All right. Woohoo.
Excellent.
You know, so just trying to take this time to do more work and get better so
awesome.
By the time we are allowed to perform, I'll have a load of new songs and I'll solo on guitar.
Yeah.
No, that's good. That's good. Janine, Denise says hello, and your friend Michael blew you some kisses.
Aw.
And I wanted to ask, I have one last question for you. How the frick did you get an F in singing at Ohio State when you were in college?
Well, that was because I was terrified. It was the sight singing class, right? And the teacher would just go, "You sing that line," and I would just stare at the page and not do it because I was terrified and just couldn't do it in front of everybody else. And so I flunked that class, but I was excellent at analyzing music. But yeah, I don't know, somewhere along the way I found the nerve. So I don't know, I guess the desire to sing and perform was stronger than the fear.
Yeah. Well, this has been so much fun having you play and sing with us, and I totally relate with the guitar stuff because I try to play a lot of my own songs, and Diana's been playing a lot longer than I have, so I'm always playing catch up with my older sister.
You sounded great, Janine. I basically have been Janine's training wheels for our acoustic duo, so it was awesome to kind of see you just, you know.
Aw, Well, I appreciate you helping me get those training wheels off. It's still a little frightening here and there, but you know.
So how do you both, like, when did you two meet? Like, you must have crossed paths in the music scene someplace.
Yeah, I don't. Probably from Billy.
Billy, yeah, Billy Coulter. I've been Coulter's bass player since 2010, actually, and yeah, I think I met Janine through Billy.
Okay.
Yeah, and Max, she and Max used to do acoustic duo stuff, and Max started doing some other things, and you needed somebody, so I go where the gigs are. So
I suggested you, so yeah, you're a man of many trades, musical trades.
Well, thanks so much, Janine.
Thank you.
We really
This is the segue to Arch, but before we leave Janine, you have a Venmo and PayPal accounts. Is it PayPal that's Jean.Marie.Wilson?
No, I was trying to look it up quickly. I'll find it and let you know. But I know the Venmo is at Janine Marie Wilson.
We will repost this for people who didn't hear it. Some people go to church and stuff like that.
Right here, baby.
this is church.
Yeah.
It's our church. Yeah, so we'll make sure this gets sent out with all those, the Venmo and the PayPal. So for tipping the Spotlight singer.
This is super fun.
Oh, thank you. So, Mr. Alcantara, we had a time trying to figure out what rhymed with your last name, but
You found many things. You found so many things.
apparently carbonara is what, spaghetti carbonara was what Diana came up with.
And it's one of my favorite things. So
Oh, it is? Well, apparently I made it wrong. Diana says it's supposed to have a white sauce. I just put bacon on top of spaghetti. I didn't know.
I think, well, those are basically the two parts of the name that count. So
Okay, and a little bit of Parmesan.
Sean.
So, what would you like? Sorry. What would you like to sing for us today?
Sure. It's a real honor to be invited to do the songwriter thing because I am not a prolific songwriter, and I've always ended up just being the guitar player for other prolific songwriters. But I do have a couple songs that I've seen to completion that I'm happy with, and so they're not particularly snarky, but they're not particularly sad either. And they might be a little appropriate these days because they both kind of come from places where you're sort of stuck in a spot and not that sure what to do.
So, what's the name of this song?
This song is called "Close to Satisfied."
Okay.
You wanna leave, but you don't wanna lose everything. You say you want a choice, but you can never choose anything. You wanna be happy, but you're a little too tired of this. So you wanna fly, but you still wanna steal one kiss. I wanna know just what you're thinking. I wanna know how you feel inside. Like you might never get this close to satisfied. Close to satisfied. You wanna talk, but you don't wanna waste your breath. You wanna die, you can only fake your death. You got something to do, somewhere to be, but it's anywhere but here. It's eating at you, you're telling me that it's anything but fair. I wanna know just what you're thinking. I wanna Everything was better when it happened. Everything is worse when you remember. Nothing happens just because you wanted to. But some things happen just because you don't. It's the guitar solo part. And I wanna know just what you're thinking. I wanna know how you feel inside. Like you might never get this close to satisfied. Do you wanna know just what I'm thinking? Do you wanna know how I feel inside? 'Cause I have never been this close to satisfied. I have never been this close to satisfied. Close to satisfied. Close to satisfied.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Thanks, honey.
Great.
Love you. So Arch, you play how many instruments and how many bands are you in?
Let's see. Guitar's my first instrument that I took seriously enough to play out. I also play bass. I can play keyboards, but not anything too fancy. And the same with drums. Nothing fancy, but I can play beats and stuff. I don't play keyboards or drums in any bands. So I am the bass player for Billy Coulter Band and Craven Dogs. I am the guitarist in Jelly Roll Mortals. And I play bass. I've been playing bass with Ruthie and the Wranglers for a little more than a year. And I play bass and guitar with Wes Tucker and the Skillets. And then whoever else calls if I'm available. So that's not happening a lot.
So they're all keeping you busy, right?
They were. They were. So earlier this month I had one gig actually with Ruthie. It was a live stream that we played out on her back deck. Janine came. We had almost a couple dozen people out in Ruthie's big backyard. It was awesome.
Oh, nice.
It was good it reminded me what it was like to play loud and in front of people and stuff. It was good.
Yeah.
Second
What have you
song.
got next for us? Yeah.
So this is another song kind of about not knowing what quite to do because you're worried about making mistakes. Again. It's called Over and Over Again. Over and over again, I thought I learned to say when. I can't seem to get enough. Rainy days keep me running to this fair weather love. Over and over again, never knowing what tomorrow may bring. Over again. It doesn't matter what I've seen or where I've been. Just like a newborn babe, tongue-tied and crying all the pain away. 'Cause you never know how it might feel. You never know if something's real. You never know till you intentions are my only friend. I need someone to confide in, but when I shed some light, I make a shadow I can hide in. Over and over again, never knowing what tomorrow may bring. You're born with eyes wide open, you spend your lifetime just learning how to close them, 'cause you never know how it might feel. You never know if something's real. You never know till you spin the wheel and it's over, over again, over again. Over and over again. Someday these clouds will break, but until then, I'll face every day, tongue-tied and crying all the rain away. 'Cause you never know how it might feel. You never know if something's real. You never know till you spin the wheel and it's over and over again and over again and over again.
Ooh, yeah.
I love that song, Arch.
Thanks, Janine.
I was singing harmony over here.
What's that?
I'm singing harmony over here.
Oh, good.
Singing
Could
along,
use
and
it.
she was accompanying you too on the guitar.
Thank
Or
you.
was that the ukulele? No. Thank you, Arch. We got some more
Absolutely.
comments. Bonnie Crystal Adler loves everything about you.
Oh, thank you,
She
Bonnie.
loves all your songs. And Robbie White wrote, Arch is the man.
In this group, I suppose I am.
And next week's Spotlight artist Jan Nigro checked in. He loves your guitar playing. So,
Oh, thank you so much, everybody.
yeah.
I do kind of feel like the little brother sneaking into his sister's slumber party here. So.
Oh, wow.
Little brother.
It's just because of Janine's boudoir arrangement.
Well, yes, the underwear talk totally.
Right. Great.
So before we move on, Arch, can you just tell us a little bit about your songwriting process? Like,
oh wow.
You write the music, the lyrics, and compose the tunes at the same time?
I think that's really hard to say. They kind of come at the same time, although I think maybe the it starts with the lyrics come first, maybe, but they really kind of feed into each other for me. I don't. I reject a lot of ideas that kind of come to me. So the ones that stick are the ones that tend to kind of just continue to be developed.
Do you have inspiration from are there certain artists that you really like? Are there one or two people that you really are inspired by, or is it like a whole gamut of people?
I am a big fan of a writer named Neil Finn. He was the head of a band called Crowded House, still is a band called Crowded House. They're really big in the 80s and 90s. He's one of my favorite songwriters, and you can see a lot of Beatles influence in him.
Okay.
But I don't know. It's writers in that vein: Elvis Costello, Michael Penn, Neil Finn, ones that really respect the use of words and language.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Oh, we had so much fun listening to you.
Thank you
Thank you,
very much.
guys.
Those are great
Awesome.
songs.
Thank you, Arch.
Also,
Thank you, guys.
Arch, you have a website. It's Electric Head. Electric Head.
Yeah, it's really just a Facebook page. Again, I don't front any bands, and I'm a member of a bunch. So I basically just have a music page on Facebook, Electric Head Music. Yeah, that's where you can find stuff. There's not many events on it right now, but there are actually. Well, so I don't want to take too much time, but there are a bunch of videos there. One of the things that a lot of people are doing are making these split screen videos. Diana and I have had some conversations.
You're the master at it, Arch. You've given me really good advice.
Thank you. And yeah, so there. Yeah, Janine and I are trying to get one happening too. But there are a bunch of videos on there. Some of just myself, but some with a lot of my friends and other bands and stuff. So check them out. Ruthie's got one up there.
Yep. Everyone should take a look at that page and get some ideas for doing videos. And also, just before I forget, Emmett Rhodes, the masterful songwriter, singer from the Merry-Go-Round, he died this week. And, you know, after this, go look up Emmett Rhodes on Facebook. So
I will.
Listen to some of his songs. And now, Lisa, maybe Janine should introduce Cayla. Cayla Brooke comes to us from Vancouver, where she's got that's a fake background, isn't it, Cayla? Unmute yourself.
There. Oh, look at that. There I am unmuted.
There you go.
Okay.
This is real.
Cayla.
This is real, by the way.
Oh, I know. I see that.
Cayla and I met last year, and she's an amazing artist, singer and songwriter. And one thing I thought we should mention, because we're here in DC, is that she is a giant fan of Eva Cassidy. And when we were first talking, I told her, oh yes, I know Keith Grimes, and that about made your head explode, I think. And
it's like, what?
So anyway, she created this amazing show about Eva Cassidy, and you toured a little bit with it, I believe, and
4 years, yeah,
it's sold out shows and everything, and so that's kind of a roundabout connection to this area, but my mind just went blank. But yeah, he's great.
Yeah, so I didn't. I'm so glad that Janine, that you had brought her into the show, because I went to her website, and Cayla, I've already ordered a CD from you for my girlfriend.
I saw that. Thank you. That's so sweet. Thank you so much.
It's like she's going through a really heartbreaking split up, and I would just listen to like 3 of your songs. I was like, this is perfect for my friend. So
that's awesome.
That. It sounds like you came to songwriting, you say, a little bit later than some other people.
I did. I mean, I started out, I'm like a newbie with 40 years of experience, so it's kind of a weird kind of a thing in life, and don't want to really get into all the trauma stuff. But I started writing later on, but I was writing, my very first song that I ever wrote was at 14, and I did write songs, early on, and then I stopped, and I wrote complete musicals and all that kind of stuff when I was younger. And then I stopped, and then, I have this whole thing during COVID that I'm now, doing podcasts and speaking and doing things like that. That's been my pivot, and started talking about women following their dreams at any age and pursuing things and living the life that we're born to live and all that kind of stuff. Because I decided in my 50s to pursue my career. And it's been a beautiful thing. I love everything that it's brought about. And what I did, ballsy that I am, is I sat down and I wrote a show about Eva, because I had been introduced to her music and I couldn't get enough of her. And I felt this kindred spirit to her. And I think it was because we were basically the same age. And we had a lot of the same influences, and she had a lot of jazz going on in her, influenced jazz with everything. And when she did covers, she liked to do her own take on them, and I was the same way. But then we separated in other aspects, and I was more influenced by Barbra Streisand, and she was influenced by, I can't remember now, but anyways, Joan Baez and stuff like that. So, but I still felt a real kindred spirit to her. So I wrote a show and hired the best musicians that I could, was scared to death, and rented a theater and got out on stage and said, oh God, what am I doing? And I just started singing, and it went on like that. I toured for about 4 years with that. And then it was at one point that I said, I need to start telling my own stories, and I need to start singing my own music. And that's when I stopped and started writing and co-writing, and was in the studio with my debut album at 55, which is just kind of crazy. And then it's on from there. Yeah. So
fabulous. Now, was your debut album The Plush Red Chair, or was that something else?
No, that was Plush Red Chair.
Wow.
And I'm still paying for that, so that's awesome. And then I've got, what happened recently is I hooked up with another fantastic keyboard player or piano player that's local, and he was with Katie Lang way back when, and he's been nominated for Grammys and all that kind of stuff, so he's quite prolific. And we hooked up together and started writing, and so those are the couple of songs that I'll be singing for you today. And what we did was said, hey, when we met, we just hit it off so well, and so we said, let's start writing. We wrote a couple of songs, and we said, hey, these are pretty good, why don't we put a show on? And so we rented a theater for January without having any songs written, and I can't believe that I did that, but we did. And so then we performed these songs and just put on this wonderful concert on January, and then decided to take a break in February, and then COVID hit, and so that's it. So
awesome. What a story. Yeah. Well, what do you have for us? Can you just tell us what the two songs are?
I'm going to be doing Gave Up on Love, which is just, basically, talking about women and not settling. And the second one is Feed My Soul, which is something that, we all need to do during this time, don't you think? So those are the two things. And they both have a bit of an old school sound to them, but that's okay. It's cool. Okay.
Well, let's hear them.
Okay. So I am going to use a rehearsal track that I have for when we were doing the show. And this is the wonderful Michael Krieber playing the piano. And when you hear him, you'll know why I don't play the piano, and he does. This is Gave Up on Love. Broken hearts and shattered memories, shedding tears and falling to my knees, longing for what others have within. Love, giving up on things not meant to be, building up the walls surrounding me, letting go of the possibility of love. Oh, of love. I gave up on love, but love didn't leave me. I said I'm not searching anymore, but it didn't believe me. Now, honey, I'll lay here with your arms around me. Oh, baby, I gave up on love, but love never gave up on me. Empty heart, longing to be filled. A lonely nights, searching for a thrill. Time passed me by, but now it's standing still. I have love, oh, I have love, and but love didn't leave me. I said I'm not searching anymore, but he didn't believe me. Now, honey, I'm laying here with your arms around me. Oh, baby, I gave up on love, but love never gave up on me. The wonderful Michael Krieber, local pianist, great guy. So many nights I cried that I lost all my pride, but I wouldn't settle for just some other guy. Then I found you. Then I found you, and I gave up on love. Oh, but love didn't leave me. I said I'm not searching anymore, but he didn't believe me. Now, honey, I'm laying here with your arms around me. Oh, baby, I gave up on love, but love never gave up on me. Yeah, I gave up on love, but love never gave up on me. Ooh, I gave up on love, but love never gave up on me.
Yeah.
That was wonderful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Feels so good to sing. Oh my God.
Oh, it sounds so good to hear you. Cayla, there's a song called I Gave Up on Love,
Yes.
because it's interesting. It's, the twist being that you didn't give up on love, that I
Well,
like that.
It didn't give up on me. It's like it
Yeah.
still came anyway. Yeah.
Because you
So
go in thinking it's going to be a sad song and it's not.
It's not. No, it's not. And I've heard from the few times that we have performed it, it resonates with a lot of women out there. They're like, that happened to me. It's like, oh, that's cool.
Oh,
That's cool.
nice.
So, yeah.
Really pretty. And I can see why you have an affinity for Eva Cassidy.
Yeah.
I mean, the sense of I can really hear like vocal stylings that are similar, and I like that. Very beautiful. Yeah.
Thank you. And when I did my show, I wasn't impersonating her at all. It's not like it was a tribute show. It was my version of her version. So it was her version of someone else's, and it was my version of her version of someone else's song.
Well, what a tribute to her, though, to be able to channel like that.
Yeah. It was quite something. And I think there was even some friends of Eva's that came to the show a couple of times, and they just came up and they were sobbing, and it was beautiful. So, and I have to tell this story about Janine and I, because first off, don't you love the internet that this can happen? I've heard about art, and Janine and I, we actually got to see each other last October, but we met online. I swiped right and there she was. But we started chatting, and then when she told me, we were just talking to each other about where our lives were and stuff, and then she mentioned Eva Cassidy, and I'm like, oh my God, and so when I went to visit her last year, she brought over Race and Keith for dinner, and I'm sitting there like just gobsmacked that I'm seeing these people that I did a show about. What I didn't know is she hadn't told them, so I was looking like a complete idiot, but that's fine. And so then later on, we went into the living room, and Keith started playing, and I jammed with them. We did Valerie, and Janine caught the last little bit of it on film, which is just it was the most magical moment. You know, Race was playing the wicker chair, you know, he was drumming on that. And it was just this magical moment with all of us doing it. So I just serendipitous. It was just so cool.
Yeah.
I just can't believe I didn't think to like record it until like halfway through the song. I'm like, and then you didn't do another. I was like, oh.
Well, you know, the thing is all I could think of was Eva Cassidy songs. And it's like, I'm not singing it. It was either my tunes, which nobody knows, or an Eva Cassidy. I was so happy that I thought of Valerie. So let's just leave it at that.
And that minute and a half was beautiful. So
thanks. It was fun. So this next song that I'm going to do, and I'm just going to grab the lyrics because I haven't been singing and they're brand new. So I'm just going to pull them out just to make sure
You
that
know,
I don't.
a lot of our singer-songwriters have said the same thing. Like, I think, was it Mike Ryan, Diana, who said he had to kick the rust off a little bit? It'd been a while since he'd performed. And so it's, believe me, all of us are, you know, I mean, Diana and I are able to keep singing, but it's weird because we have the lag between us. It's weird, but you know, we've kind of been able to keep into it, but until we start performing live again, it's going to be hard. So
Yeah.
we hear
Yeah,
you.
it's
We hear you.
yeah, no, it's different, and I don't know if I don't sing them yesterday, the lyrics are gone. It's just amazing. But anyways, this song is called "Feed My Soul," which is it's a phrase that I've been using for a while, and I wanted to write a song about it and had some ideas for it. So I went to Michael and said, because it had the word soul in it, I thought that it should have an old soul kind of a feel to it. And so this is what we came up with. Tell me if that's too loud. Kick off my shoes, I'm bone tired. Pour myself a whiskey, I'm gonna light the fire. This working for a living, well, it sure takes its toll. Oh, my Lord, I'm feeling old. I flip through my records and I find an old friend. It should have worn out long ago. It's played again and again. When life gets weary and out of control, I know it's time to feed my soul. Put the records on, hear the music play, yeah. Feel the beat wash over, and my hips start to sway. My body's grooving, and I'm on a roll. Oh Lord, it feels so good to feed my soul. I gotta turn it down a little. I could have faked it, just moved my hands. That would have worked. Now I know the music has the power to help me through life's darkest hour. I was running on empty, but now soul pumps through my veins. I am feeling alive, don't feel the aches or the pain. My heart is singing, and I'm feeling whole. Oh Lord, it feels so good to feed my soul, yeah. Put the records on, hear the music play. wash over and my hips start to sway. Yeah. My body's grooving and I'm on a roll. Oh Lord, it feels so good to feed my soul. Yeah, put the records on. Hear the music play. Feel the beat wash over and my hips, they sway. Yeah, my body's grooving and I'm on a roll. Oh Lord, it feels so good to feed my soul. Yeah. Oh Lord, it feels so good to feed my soul, yeah. Oh Lord, it feels so good to feed my soul.
Yeah. Woo! That was awesome.
You sound so good at, 9 a.m. or 10 a.m., whatever time.
Right.
Yeah.
Confess
You're
you.
I don't know.
of the day.
All the way from Vancouver.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I know. Hence, it's not vodka; it's water. But, I'm there with you in not spirits, but yes.
Cheers. Thank you all so much.
Cheers.
Thank you, everyone. Janine, Arch, Cayla. Cayla is very easily findable on the web. Cayla Brooke, Brooke, and Cayla. So everyone at home,
Yes.
tell your friends, tell your family. Tune in next week at 12:30 for another fun time. But thank you all for coming today. You were fabulous. It was a really
Thanks for having
solid
us.
show. Thank you.
Yeah, thank
Thanks,
you for the
Lisa.
opportunity and nice meeting all of you.
Nice to meet everyone.
You too, Cayla.
Yes, Cayla,
Yeah,
write
it's
a
awesome.
show about us. That's your next project.
We'll play ourselves.
Snarky, I could do that, Snarky, I can do.
I'm serious.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Bye, everybody. Thank you. Thank
Have a
you.
great day. Bye-bye. Thank
Ciao.
you.
Bye.